Confederate-themed parks in Memphis, Tennessee by Ryan Campen. First, let's look at these parks. The three parks are named Confederate Park, Jefferson Davis Park, and Nathan Bedford Forrest Park. Here are some pictures. These are pictures of Nathan Bedford Forrest, and these are pictures of Jefferson Davis, the President of the Confederacy. First, let's look at anti-name change groups. The main group is the KKK. This is James Moore. He's the Grand Dragon for the Loyal White Knights of the Ku Klux Klan for the realm of Virginia. He calls upon people to join in on the protest, and he's mad especially about the name change of Nathan Bedford Forrest Park since he was the first Grand Wizard of the KKK. He says it's a continuation of the cultural genocide of white Americans. The KKK has also called upon other white supremacy groups such as skinheads and the Aryan Nation to protest. They feel it is a violation of all white people's rights. The not-so-main group is historians. This is Lee Miller. He's a spokesperson for the Sons of the Confederate Veterans. He believes that the city is trying to change history by taking away these names, and he says the KKK are completely different now. Now let's look at pro-name change groups. The first group is the Memphis City Council. They're the ones that want to change it, and they're pressed for time because Tennessee is passing that law. The popular opinion is that it should be changed. This is a specific council member. Her name is Janice Foley Love. She feels as though the parks are a constant reminder of the evilness of someone towards her, people, and other people. She's received numerous death threats but believes her cause is right and will stick it to the end. She feels that Memphis is a progressive threat. Myron Lowry is also a council member. He hates the KKK and goes as far to call them as the American Taliban. He feels that he's adding to history rather than detracting from it through his progression. The second main group is the Gangs of Memphis. This is Juan Horton. He's part of the Grape Street Crips. He's been called upon other gangs to come together over this rally and rally against the KKK. He sees a future beyond this peaceful rally, though. He wants to create an organization called Divine United International, or DUI. Now it's time for the ethical analysis of the situation. The first concept we'll be looking at is utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is the greatest good for the greatest amount of people. If the parks aren't changed, it's a constant reminder of the bad and evil things that have happened and what could happen if the KKK grows stronger. If the parks are changed, a lot of people will feel safer and at ease, making them happier, and knowing that the city of Memphis is no longer honoring these cruel people. The second concept is institutionalized racism. This is when a large body or a government has incorporated racism into it. Nathan Bedford Forrest was the founder of the KKK and the slave trader, and keeping the park's name makes people unhappy and shows that Memphis is honoring these people who are basically symbols of racism, and it's showing that it's okay for this stuff. The third concept is solidarity. This is shown through Juan Horton. It's a unity between people with a common interest for the betterment of a community. He's trying to bring the gangs together to create a peaceful world where gang members don't have to worry if another gang or a gang member is trying to kill them or hunt them down. He wants to work with people to end injustice. That's his virtue. Now it's time for my own opinion of the situation. I feel the three parks should be renamed. I feel it is dehumanizing to many people since it honors a person who created one of the most, if not the most racist organizations in America. It was a dark time in America's past that should not be overlooked but shouldn't be celebrated, and a statue honoring the President of the Confederate States of America is just showing that people can't let it go even generations later. I also hope this sets off a chain reaction of people, cities, towns, and even states to rename parks associated with the KKK and such organizations. Thank you.
created using Powtoon.